Is it just me, or is the explanation for mass extinctions kind of missing the explanation part? Hey, John. What you doing?
I'm just looking at this picture of a dodo bird. They're totally awesome.
Okay, that's random. You know they're extinct, right?
Yes, I know they're extinct. It's just they get so little respect.
Are you defending them?
Maybe. I'm just tired of everybody beating up on the little guy.
What do you mean?
Well, they went extinct and now everyone just wants to make fun of how stupid they were.
You gonna start a fan club or something?
Already have.
I shouldn't have asked.
Soon I'll have caps, pens, paperweights, all sorts of official name brand dodo products. It's gonna be big.
Right. Somehow, I feel that this is all going to go the way of the dodo bird.
Do you see what you just did there? You instantly connected failure to the dodo bird.
Okay, sorry. I just didn't realize this was such a passion of yours.
Yeah, honestly, it just got me thinking about extinction.
You know, I've already started reading about that. Many evolutionists believe there are probably 5 different massive extinctions in Earth's history. You can see them right here. They date these extinctions by where they believe they see them in the geologic column.
So the most famous one is the huge asteroid, right?
Yeah, right here it says, evidence shows that at the end of the Cretaceous period, a huge asteroid crashed into Earth. And then, about that same time, dinosaurs and many other species went extinct.
About that time?
Well, this theory's had some problems. First, some scientists dated the dinosaur extinction 300,000 years after they say the asteroid hit.
A little delayed action there.
Another study suggested that the asteroid was too wimpy to cause the mass extinction. Another team claims that they found dinosaur fossils that lived past the impact. So, it's far from settled.
Is the same thing true for other mass extinctions?
Right here it says, until recently, researchers looked for a single cause for each mass extinction. Then it continues. Many mass extinctions, however, were probably caused by several factors, working in combination: volcanic eruptions, moving continents, and changing sea levels.
You mean they only have several different ideas about what caused mass extinctions?
Right, but they just listed everything that would be taking place during the worldwide flood.
Wow, you're right. You know, Genesis 7:23 says, "So he destroyed all living things which were on the face of the ground, both man and cattle, creeping thing and bird of the air. They were destroyed from the earth. Only Noah and those who were with him in the ark remained alive."
This fits perfectly with all the massive fossil graveyards we find all around the world. For example, at the Lance Creek Formation in Wyoming, we found lots of species of dinosaurs mixed with birds, fish, crocodiles, lizards, snakes, turtles, frogs, salamanders, and small mammals, all laid down by water catastrophe in sedimentary layers.
You know, I've heard that almost every dinosaur graveyard in the world shows fossils deposited by or in watery mud or sand. And even more incredible, many dinosaur fossils are found in a classic death pose with their necks arched back, possibly from choking.
Exactly. So, if you take their geologic column and squeeze it down into one event, the worldwide flood.
That does better explain what we see.
Right. And there's a lot of volcanic material mixed into these layers. Vast amounts of molten material entered the ocean. That's what makes up seafloors around the world. And that relates to the Ice Age. Storm tracking models show that warm oceans would cause severe storms and lead to massive snowfall.
Wait, you're saying hotter oceans make colder continents? Sounds weird.
Weird, but true. Today's snowstorms begin as ocean water. Hotter water increases evaporation. Plus, volcanic dust and debris would have blocked out the sun during the summer, so the fallen snow would not have melted.
Now that makes sense. And I can see how the flood connects to the Ice Age, but why do you think volcanoes were part of the flood? It was just 40 days of rain, right?
The rain didn't begin until after the fountains of the Great Deep burst forth, according to Genesis 7:11, meaning that molten material plus water came up through Earth's crust. Most of what comes out of today's volcano is still water as steam.
Okay, so that explains one ice age. Weren't there like 4 or 5?
Well, evolutionists don't have a satisfactory explanation for one ice age, let alone 4 or 5. But the flood gives enough calamity in a short amount of time to actually make an ice age. There was only one that happened a few hundred years after the flood.
Which would explain many of the ice age fossils we find near the surface of the Earth, not deep down in the flood layers.
Like saber-toothed cats
And woolly mammoths.
and Hyracotherium.
Impressive.
Thank you. Also, the book of Job was written just about that time and mentioned snow, ice, and cold more than any other book in the Bible.
So, when scientists try to stretch 5 extinctions and 5 different ice ages over the evolutionary view of the geologic column, they're not sure how they happen. But when you compress the geologic column down into a biblical time frame, it's all explained by a worldwide flood followed by an ice age.
Yep. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it?